Why does this happen? What? Why? This is going to be a rant. Oh, what's up, guys? Rob from Movie Review Time. I'm just frustrated because there's so much potential here, and in my opinion, it just went in the toilet. Like a big old turd in the toilet. I just watched I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. Or AKA Day of the Woman, Deja Vu. This is a direct sequel to this. Now, here's the thing. The original I Spit on Your Grave is one of my favorites. It's one of my, favorite revenge films. Camille Keaton. I love her. She's a great actress. I think she's really good. And in this she plays Jennifer Hills. And I really like her character a lot. I actually like this movie better than the Last House on the Left, the original. Because I feel like I know the characters better in this movie. And the rape scene in this movie is 10 times worse than the Last House, the Last House on the Left rape scene, in my opinion. It's more intense, and it goes on forever. In the forest, then in the house. It's a very brutal film. Exploitation of women, pretty much. But when I saw this was coming out, I'm like, okay, this is interesting, because there's the remake, I Spit on Your Grave remake, which I do enjoy. And then that spawned, 2 sequels or something like that. There's 2 and 3. And I enjoy the remake. But this is a direct sequel to the 1978 version, and it takes place 40 years after. I don't get it. First of all, this movie is way too long. 148 minutes. That's way too long. Okay? I know they have a lot to fit in there and stuff, but this one was 101 minutes. It was perfectly paced, in my opinion. You got to know the characters. This guy has a family and kids and a wife, and Jennifer Hills is, she's getting raped, and then she gets her revenge on each of the men who had their way with her. So she gets revenge. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was paced really well. This movie, I don't even know what to say about the pacing. It's like you go from one scene, with the victim, and then you go to another scene with the murderer, who spends half of the damn time in a cemetery talking to nobody that's there. And then you got these weirdos in a van talking about how they're going to move to New York and open a flower shop. What the f... I get what they were trying to do. I mean, they're trying to make the characters edgy and hillbilly type. Kind of like this movie, the characters were... Some of them were weird. And they were, I just think they went way too over the top in this one. I couldn't even really bring myself to believe that what they were doing was, what they were doing was actually real within the story. I felt like it was just way too over the top. But anyway, I'm going to read to you what it says on the back here. 40 years after I Spit on Your Grave, the original, shocked the world with its story of beautiful career woman assaulted and left for dead, and her notorious revenge on those responsible. She returns, Camille Keaton as Jennifer Hills. And then you have the same director from the '78 version, Mira Zarki, I guess I don't know how you say that. But it's the same director from the first one. So, the story is, Jennifer Hills returns and she's successful. You know, she's a successful writer. She writes a book on her experiences in this film. She was actually interviewed by the police, and the police let her go, lack of evidence, and stuff like that. And it sends her character hurtling back to where it all began, to face the wrath of the families of those she murdered. Kidnapped along with her daughter, Christy, played by Jamie Bernadette. It's a tense game of hunt or be hunted against a ruthless gang of degenerates overseen by a violently unhinged Becky, played by Maria Olsen. Now, Becky plays the wife of Johnny, who got his dick cut off in this one, in the bathtub. I like that scene a lot. Oh man, you have beautiful, God bless your hands. Oh, that feels good. And she cuts his dick off with a knife, and he's sitting there screaming and bleeding to death. So Becky's mad. Maria Olsen, I think she did a good job playing like a degenerate, but there are many times where she just goes way too over the top, and you know, I think she was having fun with it and she gave it her best. So I can't really, you know, I'm not gonna blame her. Just the writing was all over the place. She was a worthwhile villain, but they add this religious tone to it, which doesn't make sense. Because in the first movie, Becky, you get to see her a little bit. It's played by a different actress. You get to see her a little bit with her kids. Now, her kids are like what? I think they you know, Johnny says in this movie that they're like 9 and 10. And when he dies in this, it shows Becky and the kids waiting for him at the gas station, but no one shows up. And it shows Becky sitting there, like, you know, calling the other guys' names and be like, if you come back here, I'm going to fucking kill you and stuff like that. And she hugs her kids, and that's it. You know, Johnny's dead. So she basically raises these kids as a single parent. And, you know, they explain in here that the kids go off to college in the big city. And so, you know, ever since then, Becky's been wanting to kill Jennifer Hills because of the fact that she killed her husband Johnny in the bathtub. So she's been plotting this huge, you know, this big old. She's been plotting the death of Jennifer by kidnapping her. Well, her daughter's there. Jennifer's daughter's there, and her daughter's a model, very successful model, and she gets thrown into the mix, and they both get kidnapped. Becky has these. I can't stand these two people. I think his name is Kevin, or I can't remember. The one with the tattoos. He looks like a malnourished version of Rob Zombie. I can't stand this guy. He's like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna open a flower shop. Yeah, that's what they do there. They open flower shops, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be somebody. Yeah. What the? That guy is I honestly wanted to punch him in the face. Honestly. That guy pissed me off. I think his name was Kevin. I don't know what the actor's name. I think it's Jonathan Pesci? I don't know. That guy pissed me off. Like, honestly, he was so annoying. I honestly wanted to just fast forward all the parts he was talking. He was trying way too hard to be a degenerate. It's not that hard. The other guy, there's way too many. You know what? I'm sorry, I'm spoiling this. I need to talk about certain things that bothered me. I need to talk about it. There are so many situations in this movie where Jennifer Hills and her daughter could have escaped. Jennifer could have killed these people easily. You have Jennifer being surrounded by the gang, and she grabs the gun and points it at somebody, and she says, "Step on that stump and put the rope around your neck." And the guy does so, and then she just walks away. What? These people are threatening to kill you. This guy's running around with two knives being like, "Let me cut her open, let me cut her open." She has a gun. Jennifer Hills gets the gun and she doesn't kill anybody. She doesn't do anything but she runs away. That's not the Jennifer Hills that would have done, that would have been in this movie. That's not. So as she's running away, Becky's like, "Well, that's okay, let her run. We're going to hunt her down." The hunt is more thrilling than the kill. Meanwhile, Jennifer Hill's daughter is kidnapped in the back of the van. The driver stops because she says she has to go pee. He cuts her loose. And he says, "Go pee in the bushes," and she walks out in the bushes and she just keeps walking. And he's just like, "Oh, where'd you go?" This guy is the worst kidnapper. What is he doing? She's just walking out and she hides behind a bush and she basically hits him in the nuts with a log. Is this the same director? What? I know this movie is not perfect, but this movie, with a lot of the kills and stuff, it really made you feel for the character, especially her, Jennifer Hills. It really made you feel for her. And the stuff that she actually did to those guys as revenge. I mean, she had her, what is it, the retarded guy. He actually was starting to have sex with her until she put the rope around his neck and hung him to lure him in. I mean, the stuff she didn't do any of that in this film. I know she's older. That's another thing with the age stuff. The age stuff doesn't make sense on some of these characters, and I'll get to that. But there's so many things that they pay homage to from the original as well. In this movie, the daughter gets raped. I don't know why this. I don't know where this came from, this photo, because look at how long her hair is. Her hair is very, very short in this movie. It's definitely not that long. But the daughter gets raped, and she's completely naked, just like Camille Keaton was in this film. Completely naked, walking around really slow. She walks off, she gets some clothes, and then she basically comes back and plots her revenge, just like her mother. The same exact thing. Then you have another guy who's kind of retarded in this film, who plays the father of the retarded boy in this film, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He's supposed to play the father of the one in here. It doesn't, like 40 years, it doesn't make sense. The guy here looks younger than the guy looked here. Like, how can this be his father? I don't know. It don't. So he's mad at Jennifer Hills for basically hanging his son. But they kill Jennifer off in this movie. They kill her off. Becky gets her revenge, cuts her freaking throat, cuts her head off, buries her body next to Johnny and all the people who died in the first one. Come to find out, the reason why they buried her next to him is, number one, to get revenge. And number two, the daughter is actually the daughter of Johnny, because when in the first one, when Johnny and Jennifer Hills had sex, and when he raped her, he impregnated her. So that's a twist. She's actually Johnny's daughter. We also have the grandparents that get involved. Johnny's parents. They get involved. And they look old in this movie. They actually drive Jennifer Hills. They're in the truck. They drive her try to drive her to the police station. They say, "Get out. We'll get the police and we'll bring them here." It's like, why? That's stupid. They just drop her off. It's like, what the fuck? But they play the grandparents. Which is odd, because Jennifer Hills in this movie looks the same age. Now, how the fuck does that work? Jennifer Hills looks the same age as Johnny's parents, okay? Which means Johnny, if he was still alive, would look the same age as probably Jennifer Hills. So, how the hell are these people the grandparents? This is like some Texas Chainsaw 3D shit. Like, it doesn't match up. At the end, you see the two little kids that were in this one, Becky's kids, Becky and Johnny's little kids, who were like 9 and 10 in this film. You get to see them at the end of this movie. And they don't look old enough. Like 40 years, what the hell? So this movie, like I said, has a lot of callbacks to the original film. Guy gets his dick cut. Just like in that scene went on way too long. She could have killed, the daughter could have killed people, she doesn't. In my opinion, she acts stupid. And it just, they could have escaped, they could have killed people, they don't. I suppose you could say in the original, she could have gotten away. She could have, when she was naked, she could have just left. But she wanted her revenge. And that's what she wanted. She wanted justice. In this movie, it's like, you know, she was successful and stuff. Maybe she just didn't have it in her. I don't know. But she just runs. She has a gun. She just runs away. She knows what kind of stuff's going on. Jennifer should know. After the first movie, what these people are out to get her because she killed the relatives. So what the hell? It's by the same director. Like, there's a lot of lines that were said in this film, just like in the first one there. A lot of moments that were the same, like the naked parts and stuff. The music stuff is hard. There's hardly any music, but this movie was just, I'm just surprised, honestly. I was expecting something at least halfway decent. This is just a huge disappointment. Can't believe they killed her off. They killed her. Jennifer Hills, a strong female who got her revenge. They kill her. They do a lot of flashback scenes too from the original, which is cool. I like that. And you could tell this movie was by the same director because the way it was shot kind of reminds you, like the cinematography, just it reminds me of this film. It really does. So it had that going for it, but it was just way too long. The scenes were way too stretched out. The dialogue was ridiculous. I mean, it was even more ridiculous than the original. Okay? Cutting a lot of stuff out, changing the writing, fixing the age thing. Like, the age thing bothered me. It probably didn't bother a lot of people. It bothered me. It just didn't seem like these people were old enough. Anyway, whatever. Movie is a huge disappointment. I would say, I mean, if you're a fan of the original, I know a lot of people probably aren't a fan of the original, but if you are, I'd say give this one a watch and just see what you think. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that liked it. I really didn't. So, Anyway, thanks for watching my rants, and I'll see you guys in the next one.